Okay. So, untamed mind is the GPS destination, and I need a creative approach, insights, and strategies in order to navigate to it from a starting point of the mind tamed, the tamed mind. Which is a mind abandoning their values in service of others, people pleasers, martyrs, living inauthentic lives, drained energy, going through the motions. And this tamed mind has a desire to live the path less traveled, to enhance their well-being, and want the permission to break the rules and to be wild and, most important, authentic and free. The tamed mind is a caged mind. So if that's our starting position, and we're looking for the solution right now, we want to get there, but we don't have the GPS to do it. We don't have the directions. In all the high performance leadership abilities that I have at my disposal. So the first thing I need to lay out is we can't just focus on the mind itself and try to make any changes because the old operating system basically keeps us closed. Because they're searching for the solution, but also closed to do it themselves because everything about their own survival won't let them be authentic and wild and free. Closed to do it themselves, resistant to do it themselves, struggling to do it themselves. Help me with more emotion here of the searching for the solution, but why, no matter what they try, can't they be truly wild and authentic?
Because of the survival of the fittest operating system. All of the conditioning that they have, which is why they keep, like, why they don't let themselves be authentic and untamed.
Conditioning against authenticity.
Yeah, it would have to be in that, because if you're not being authentic, like, I don't see any other reason of why you wouldn't be authentic unless there was unless you were conditioned to believe that whatever it is that you feel is authentic is incorrect, is bad, incorrect, dangerous, wrong, negative.
But yet you still are looking for the solution to be, but you can feel how closed. What is another word than closed? In terms of the conditioning working against themselves. The fear, the danger, the wrongness, the abandonment of their values in service of others.
Well, I mean, if you think about a time that you were like that,
Yes.
why were you like that? Why were you closed?
I don't think I would have considered it closed. I would consider it I was trying.
So are they trying?
They are trying, but the survival of the fittest is getting in the way. In the form of things not working.
Because there isn't a new operating system and there's no way, they don't know how to clean that. They don't, well, I mean, it's in the same of the regards of, like, they don't have the manual.
Right. One step before. The emotion there. Is that frustration?
A wall they can't get past.
Things they don't understand.
Yeah, lack of clarity, understanding.
And they don't know that underneath that is the actual operating system of survival of the fittest that's actually keeping them closed to
Exactly.
the change and the freedom that they're tensioning to seek.
Right.
And
they don't know that they have an operating system.
They don't know. They don't know they have an operating system, and they're just trying to change a caged mind, not knowing that they're just hitting the walls.
I think they know that they're hitting walls, but they don't know why they're hitting walls, and they don't know how to take the walls down.
And they keep hitting all the security and safety concerns when they attempt to leave that perimeter.
Yeah. And especially if you are a leader and there's an image there that you're trying to uphold.
Right. Right. Okay. So is that before? So if we're starting from the tamed, caged mind and they need to be led to the solution, well, first, even before we look at the whole, we gotta say, no one looks or no one has been taught or looks at what is the operating system of the human mind.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So just that question right there, in and of itself, starting at a caged mind, well, first we got to ask, in terms of strategy, approach, insight, we got to identify the operating system of the human mind instead of trying to change it. Trying
Right.
and failing at taking the walls down and the frustrations and the limits and the lack of clarity. Even before facing any of that stuff, we have to ask the question, what is the actual operating system? Because no one looks at it like that.
Mm-mm.
Or they might, but call it something different.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just tapping into the evolution that, because it's been natural selection, that the operating system of the human mind is survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm.
And that is actually what is the conditioning operating underneath the surface that is against your authenticity through danger, wrongness, fear, everything that frustrates you, that's making the decisions in your life. We're looking at, what is the operating system? It's survival of the fittest. Then we got to lay out, okay, you can't change this thing from inside of it. You got to go big picture. You got to go conscious evolution here. This can't be natural selection. This can't be randomized anymore. You have to take the reins on a soul level to challenge this survival of the fittest in some fashion. And that being, for us, for people like us, we, our first big picture approach, strategy is, well, you can't look at the mind separate from the body. And you can't look at the spirit separate from the mind. You got to look at the body, mind, spirit as one whole technology. So one step above that would have been, well, okay, if we're talking operating systems here, the body is like the hardware then. The mind is like the software, and the spirit is like the user. And we're carrying through this metaphor from operating system to see the body, mind, and spirit as one big whole technology. Period. Period. Let that land for a second. Leading. Operating system. Now that you know that it's an operating system, we got to challenge it somehow. And you've already sort of tried to do this, but still in a limited, low performance capacity. The quality of the energy is still dirty because you're still trying to uphold this image. You're still bottled up in all these old ways of operating. You're still wanting that path less traveled. You're still wanting to enhance your well-being, which is the quality of your life, the quality of your reality. So in order for you to continue to this untamed mind, which is the highest and best quality of your energy, wild, authentic, free, best first step is look at your body like hardware. Look at your mind like software. Look at like your spirit is like your user link to your soul. As one whole technology. And then you got to ask yourself, what is the quality of your energy in survival of the fittest? It's filled with fear and negativity, I'm assuming. That is, you can make that assessment when you look at the whole technology together. Can you actually measure the quality of your energy to see how much fear and negativity in the whole? in the inauthentic version of yourself, in all the ways that you are abandoning your values in service of others. Or one step above that, being the role of passion in your energy. Because if we have just come to terms as one whole technology, well, now we're asking, in terms of approach, insight, problem-solving strategies, well, we're taking a step back from the mind itself, and we're asking, what is the fuel of human energy? Especially looking at survival of the fittest. Because the fuel of human energy from a survival of the fittest worldview is that it's driven as fear and negativity. In survival of the fittest, the fuel of human energy is fear and negativity.
Yes.
Period. And that has proper scale because we're looking at the body, mind, and spirit as one whole technology now. We're not just in the caged mind. We've taken a step back, see the caged mind, but I'm now asking, what is the fuel of this human energy? And in survival of the fittest, it is a negative worldview. That is the fear of your family status, insecurity, destruction, death, all paint a worldview in which you are abandoning values in service to the survival, the perceived survival of yourself. But it's a limited image of yourself when we really come down to it. Because there is still love in the world, but the primary worldview in a survival mindset, survival being the highest priority, that is inauthentic, is because it is driven by fear and negativity. And now, in terms of approach, insight, and strategy to the solution, the untamed mind, we're still GPS'd. We're making our twists and turns. But we know where we're going. Creative guide the way. God damn it. Chaos is greatness. Chaos is greatness.
WWE.
WWE, baby. Here's the point where the Passion Company enters the show. As far as like the gateway to the solution. We're leading the way. We're leading directly to the highest quality longevity. Untamed mind and longevity of a Passion Company customer. We have a different worldview to the same question. What is the fuel of human energy if survival of the fittest is to be challenged?
Easy.
We see passion
As
period. But yes, passion is the fuel of human energy. And even deeper than that, it's more than an uncontrollable emotion. It is the resource, the inner human resource that drives our inner power. Drives our inner power. And not only that, we at the Passion Company, because of this, because of how we see passion, we consider it on the level, on the utility level, as a basic human need. On the level of utilities, a basic human need. Fundamental to our freedom and authenticity. Fundamental. Fundamental because it allows us to make the shift from natural selection to conscious evolution, from a randomized, victimized, fear-driven reality to conscious evolution, to being the creator of reality, to the soul, to the quantum self, limitless version of ourselves.
The space in which we have for the untamed mind. Because there's no space in survival of the fittest for anything untamed at all. Because of death, destruction, all of that.
Yes. One step, one step. We're talking just about the A to B here. Just the, if we are to challenge survival of the fittest and rethink what the fuel of human energy actually is, and that it is an inner human resource that drives our inner power, fundamental to our freedom and our authenticity, fundamental to a higher quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
It is the fuel that allows us to choose between natural selection and conscious evolution,
Mm-hmm.
between being a victim and being a creator. Because they may have already chosen this in terms of the work that they're doing on them, what they're trying, the information that they're gathering, the role models of authenticity and the insights and realization highs of all the information and wisdoms. But this is the crux of where that pen, on their way to the solution, is actually put in their hand versus it not at all being in the picture of their worldview.
Right.
Of the negative worldview versus, no, there's a choice. Conscious evolution. And we've taken it one step further. Not only are we trying to map out how to get to an untamed mind through approaches and insights and problem-solving strategies, the challenger brand in human operating systems. One that does look at the body, hardware, mind, software, and spirit as one whole technology.
Mm-hmm.
One that does look at the fuel of human energy as passion and love instead of fear.
Mm-hmm.
And we call it, what we call this challenger operating system, imagination technology. This is the solution to that permission to break the rules that you're looking for, the conscious evolution towards this wildness and authenticity, and especially freedom, and the mastery of enhancing your well-being and optimizing your human experience and creating reality, is the operating system for conscious evolution. Specifically designed for conscious evolution to challenge survival of the fittest, to upgrade all the old ways of operating. And it does this through a counter way of approach. Because the first step is, now, as a basic human need and an inner human resource that drives our inner power, well, the first thing we need to do is clean it once you have the operating system. Once you're looking at the body, mind, and spirit as one whole technology, and you're addressing the operating system, you're now seeing change through an unraveling, a subtraction of everything that is limiting and caging your mind.
It's actually the first time that you actually get to see the old operating system, because you're viewing it from the new operating system. So it's the first time that you're actually able to see what it was that was operating in the first place. So you have a chance to
What
clean it.
Right. What changed from us asking, what is the operating system of the human mind? Is it because now there's a choice that allows that to take place?
There's a higher consciousness there, or there is consciousness compared to unconsciousness.
Because one is, what is the operating system of the human mind? We're saying survival of the fittest, right?
Yes.
That was like our earlier step, right?
Yes.
And that brought some sort of, okay, there's an operating system. But now that we have the challenger here, what are you saying happens to that thing that happened earlier where we said it was an operating system?
It becomes conscious. It becomes seen.
More, so there's a,
like on a higher, from an observer perspective rather than a like going through it perspective.
So now that we're bringing a new operating system, you automatically become more conscious of the old one than you were prior to knowing there was a new operating system.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're more conscious of it, now we need to look at it like how to clean it out.
Right.
Now that we have the choice and the agency to be conscious of it fully.
Because that's where you're going to the unphilosophy. Like, you have all these philosophies up there, all these conditions, all of this information, all of these patterns, behaviors, protections. Like, and you can even be able to see that from some, because like you notice a pattern that's happening in your life if you're conscious enough of it, but you might not understand like why that pattern keeps happening. But from the new operating system, you get to not, for one, you're suddenly not that thing anymore.
Why?
Because you're not the person, you're not the identity that has the problem or has the pattern. You are the soul. You are the self, the quantum self. You are not that thing anymore.
Okay.
That's a major thing that happens. Is the disidentification when you get the new operating system.
Through an unphilosophy.
Yes. Because you're cleaning everything out in the unphilosophy to be able to rebuild your philosophy the way that you consciously are choosing, not unconsciously or...
Right.
Right, yeah.
And then from there, the longevity and the lifelong pursuit with us is the training and mastery of the inner climate.
Yes.
For a cleaner energy way of life.
Yes. Yeah, for building the reality that you want. For building the philosophies that you want. The value. What was that question there? What was it? Something about values. Like building the values that you want.
Living. Not abandoning.
Yeah. Yes.
Not abandoning out of fear, but loving the values and living the values.
Loving and living the values you want.
Instead of abandoning because of survival fears.
Exactly.
And through this training and mastery of your inner climate, you're opening up the wildness and authenticity of an untamed mind. And trusting and loving and having the clean passion to trust that the chaos is greatness.
Yes. And trust your leadership. Trust your...
Authentic leadership.
Yes. Make the changes, be the change maker that you authentically want to be. Because there are people that could have come into their leadership positions or said that they wanted to be change makers and are change makers out of total fear. Like, yes, there's passion there, but it's dirty.
Okay. Now, if I'm leading, I'm just shown the vision. People like us, powered by IT,
Mm-hmm.
high quality longevity.
Mm-hmm.
And I want this solution now. So if I'm leading the steps here, well, yeah, no, not launch, not upgrade. I mean, yes, but that's not the clearest leadership, because if I'm leading, then I want a demo now. And that's why I would hop on a call to get a demo of it right now.
Mm.
Or curiosity. But if I'm specific and I'm meeting them right in the tension of the survival of the fittest is pulling them this way, and they are going to be powered by IT.
Mm-hmm.
They see it, and we're right there. Then I want to get straight to a demo. I want to experience it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we can hop on a call, answer any of their questions, and get them going. Whether that be through the guided launch or the DIY.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the demo is the space.
This is a whole other bucket of things, because you're talking about a demo. I don't even know what you're talking about right there when you're saying demo.
Sales call.
A sales call is different than a demo, because a demo is them trying it.
Feel the energy of this call. It's okay. They're powered by IT already.
Gotcha.
They're just confirming their questions, their confusions, their...
Yeah. Of like what normally happens when we jump on a curiosity call and they're like, yeah, give it to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But more specific, right? It could be. Right? But I'm trying to feel the emotion of initiating the lead for a new customer relationship. Because the demo is the energy that we bring, the space, and calling out survival of the fittest in their face.
Yeah.
And where it is, what it is, all the craftiness, and there, the menu, the solution's right there, and they're experiencing it right there.
Mm-hmm.
The taste of being powered by IT.
Mm-hmm.
Sample. It's a quick demo.
Do you want to offer? Oh no, I see. Never mind. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. My question was, did you want to offer them like, you know how with the podcast sometimes we could offer like a code for a certain percentage off.
Yeah, if they mention this YouTube, or the podcast, then we would give them a % off the
guided launch.
The guided launch, maybe from the 1997 to the 1497, or we have that scale.
Yeah.
That we can play with there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, we'll have that incentive of, if they came from the podcast, mention that.
Yeah, I like that.
But it's the call because
that's where they're getting the demo. That's where they're getting their first taste of, well, one, what it's like to be powered by IT, and that clean,
passion, energy, right? And the confirmation that they desire to be powered by IT.
Yeah.
They want the new operating system because it is the best operating system.
Absolutely. Word.
YouTube sign off. Word.
Yeah, YouTube sign off.
Word. Goodbye.